Hey, good afternoon, fam. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Listen, the topic of today is stop trying to change people. And this topic came about because I have an agent, right, who was having a rough time, right? With I guess closing sales or whatever like that, right? And he's asking me, Maxwell, how do you convince people to buy? How do you make people buy? I'm like, I don't. Like, listen, your job as an agent is to protect families. But it's another side to that. Is to protect families who want to be protected. Okay? Is to protect people who actually sees the value in making sure that, God forbid, something happens to them, that their children, their grandchildren are going to be okay. Their husband, their wives are going to be okay. Those are people who I spend my time with. Those are the people who I have as clients. I don't have people who don't want to be clients. Because what's going to happen when you have people who don't see the value in that? They're going to be a thorn in your ass. They're going to cancel. They're going to miss payments. They're going to be angry. Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't waste your time with people who don't see value in what you're doing. So just as the same in real life, I've come to the point in my life where I stopped trying to convince people of their greatness. I stopped trying to convince people to do better. I realized that the reason why they have a 1%er, the reason why only 10% of the people in the world are the one who are thriving and doing good is because those are the people who actually want to change, and nobody needs to convince them otherwise. Nobody to convince them to change, because within them they know that they want to change, and they know that they have to change for life to be better. You don't have to convince people like that. You understand? When I look at the agents that I have that are still with me, those are agents who I rarely hear from. I don't have to convince them to make phone calls. I don't have to convince them to hit their numbers. I don't have to convince them to go see clients. But the ones who I've had to force to sell them on the dream, this is good for you, this is good for your family, you can be great, those are the one who it seems like every single month, every single week, I have to keep cheering them on. That is exhausting. You understand? So my message to people is this: spend your time with people who want to change, who want to do better, and extremely minimize your time with people who don't. Because when you're trying to spend your time with people who don't want to do better, who don't want better, it's going to rob you of your time. Time that you can be using to better somebody else's life. And that is the message I want to give you. If you don't learn nothing else in 2025 or for 2025, what you need to learn is your time is the most valuable thing that you have. And you don't have time to waste your time. If you're running a business, that should be your business motto. You don't have time to waste time. You understand? Sorry about that. So, as entrepreneurs, as salespeople, whether you're in real estate, whether you're in mortgage sales, whether you're in mortgage protection, whether you're a life insurance agent, whether you sell cars, you need to spend less of your time with people who don't see value in what you're offering them. Sit down with them. Hey, they don't want to make a move? Pack up. Go to the next person. Leave your card. You can give me a call back when you're ready. If I hear from you. There's a lady who I called the other day. Just to call, I'm going through my phone book, and I was like, oh, I ain't talked to this lady in 10 years. Okay? Now, I've sat down with her quite a few times before 10 years, but the last time I spoke with her was a decade ago. Guess what? They still haven't made a move. You understand? They still don't have life insurance. After 10 years, okay? They still don't have any retirement planning outside of the one that they have at work. A lot of people are like this. A lot of people are like this. This is a normal human thing. And again, this is why only 10% of the people in the world are successful. And the remaining 90% are not. Because they refuse to make moves. They refuse to take what you're giving them and put it to practice. Okay? There's a lot of people who intake information but never move. Never move. And they never become successful. So, if this is you, and you truly within your heart want to change, then you got to change. Can't nobody do it for you. One of my favorite saying is, nothing changes for you until you change. I want you guys to repeat this to yourself every single day. Nothing changes for you until you change. You can pray to God all you want to. As a matter of fact, you're praying to God, God is like this. Looking at you. Looking at you. God don't get off of that throne until you get off your ass. God don't get off of that throne until you get off your ass. God don't walk with you until you walk. You understand? Successful people are people who take action. And once you start to take action, then God starts to take action. That's when miracle starts. You see people who cry every day and pray every day and nothing happens for them because they refuse to move. God is neutral. Believe it or not, He is. He will move with the child that moves. He will not move with the child who doesn't move. Think about it. As a parent, do you invest all your resource in a child who is undisciplined, who's going to waste your resource, who's not going to move? You're not going to do it. But that child who's getting the straight A's and who's doing great in school, all your resources go into that child. Even though you love both child equally. But if you have a child who's lazy, don't want to do nothing, and you see they have a tendency of wasting your money, you're not going to do it. God behaves the same way. I hope this message helps somebody today. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Talk to you soon.